I don't buy into the fantasy, the stupid fairy tale anymore that, you know, you can only have sex with people that you love. It's just not true. I sometimes just feel, I have made such a mess of my life. I wish that I had done porn. We could have done Onlyfans together. We could have filmed porn together. Time passed, and I ruined every single opportunity that I had sexually. And I screwed up so many sexual opportunities for Zell.
Girl, you're talking about socialism, but you're not sharing your man with the rest of us? What's up with that? Socialize that D, honey. Socialize that D. To all the ladies that are in a relationship with that 0.5% of handsome men that are respectful towards women that tell me, you're gonna find someone. I'm like, where? Because I see you dating one, and you don't look very interested in sharing him. I'm coming across as so bitter right now.
I cannot stop thinking about everything that I did wrong in my relationship with Zell. In the past, when I have been overwhelmed with thoughts about this, I have done everything that I could to lie to myself, to lie to others, distract myself. And that has worked really, really badly. When I speak to new people, when I meet new people, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to lie? Am I supposed to just say lies of omission? Am I supposed to just, not talk about it? Not talk about the last 7 years of my life? How am I supposed to explain my absence from Michigan for 7 years? What was I doing with my time? When I first met Zell, he could take pride in his sexuality. When I first met Zell, he could take pride in his ability to be a father. He was a 38-year-old man with many articles published. He was a man who had made many YouTube videos. He was a brilliant scholar of Buddhism. He'd worked on First Nations languages in Canada. He'd lived around the world. He'd studied many different languages. There was nothing shameful about his life. And when I say that he could take pride in his sexuality, it wasn't just his ability to fuck. Okay, it was that philosophically, he knew how to discuss sexuality, and he'd talked about it extensively with every partner that he'd had. Very committed to honesty. Very committed to being open with his partners. I was so fucked up, and my sexuality was not something that I could take pride in. And it still isn't. It is much worse than when I was 24 years old. I couldn't take pride in my sexuality. I was ashamed. I was living in the closet about being bisexual. I was in denial. And I also found it very, very difficult to live with the coexistence of my awareness that my labia is very attractive. It is the ideal in pornography. But my breasts are not. My face is not. My body generally not as curvy as what you might see on the top porn stars, the most viewed porn stars. No, just, basically the vagina and anus area. I have the ideal. I have what is attractive to many, many men. And very, very few men have ever seen that. But I sometimes just feel, I have made such a mess of my life. I wish that I had done porn. As it stands, if anybody searches online and sees what I did with my life in the last 7 years, finds that I was a cheater, find that I, sent messages to other men behind Zell's back that I wanted to marry them, that I wanted to have their baby, all this stupid stuff, all of this evil stuff that I did. Ruining Zell's YouTube channel, all these videos in which I'm having mental breakdowns. Yeah, I can't have a formal career anymore. I wish that I would have just done porn, because then I could at least say, hey, look, that was me. And also, I understand I am not living in a fantasy world right now. I am not in shape to be in porn right now. Even when I was taking videos of myself, naked, masturbating, or having sex with my first boyfriend, I was not in good enough shape to be in porn. And that's something that I think porn stars can take pride in, that they're in peak physical shape. They're as sexually attractive and sexually vital as possible when they get on camera. Okay, so if I had actually done that, then I could say, look at what great shape I was in, and look at how, that was the best shape that I was in, and look at how amazing I looked, and look at how many orgasms I'm able to have, because I realize a lot of women, even in porn, can't have as many orgasms as I do with Zell, that I used to have with Zell. It's extraordinary. And Zell is also extraordinary in bed. We could have done Onlyfans together. We could have filmed porn together. Zell's got a big dick, okay? I've got a beautiful vagina. Could have been great. But instead, I wanted to betray him. I wanted to lie to him. I wanted to have secret relationships behind his back. Because that's so hot, right? Lying is hot. Deceiving your partner who's taking care of you, who's loving you when you're having mental breakdowns, it's so hot, right? No, it's disgusting. It's evil, it's shameful, and I'm ashamed. I can't feel proud of my sexuality. Whatever pride that I could have taken in my sexuality when I was 24 years old, can't take pride in it at all now. I can't even masturbate now. I don't have any orgasms. My life is going to be one of celibacy. It's terrible. And I created this situation myself. And I could have had sex with vegan intellectual men and women. Zell's channel attracted people, brought people into Zell's life and my life who could have been serious sexual partners. If they didn't find me sexually attractive, that's fine. Okay? No. I understand that I'm not attractive. Okay? It's possible nobody would have wanted to have sex with me anyway. But if there had been a possibility of having sex with a man or woman who came into Zell's audience, who was vegan, who was sober, and who was at least trying to be an intellectual, Zell would have been supportive of that. We could have had threesomes. Could have had fucking orgies. Okay? Nope. Nothing like that happened because I was a psycho. I was an evil, psychotic bitch. There are some counterexamples where I was positive about Zell having sex with certain people that were in touch with him. But most of the situations in which I could have been a positive sexual partner and that we could have happy memories of threesomes, of, Zell having sex with somebody else, me having sex with somebody else, none of that exists. It is all just bad memories, sexually. And I can't stop thinking about it because I am somebody who thinks about sex a lot. The irony is even if I were to be in a relationship with somebody else, I can't be in a monogamous relationship. I have to be open and I have to be honest that I have sexual feelings for other people. I don't buy into the fantasy, the stupid fairy tale anymore that, you can only have sex with people that you love. It's just not true. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people have sex with people they do not love. Sex can just be lighthearted. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be this, dark, reproductive nightmare that I've made it into. Things could have been so wonderful. It could have been that from the ages of 24 to 28 for me, and then the ages of 38 to 42 for Zell. Could have been that we had 4 years in which we were having a swinging sex life, where we could have had sex with other partners, we could have had sex with other partners together. We were traveling around the world. Zell had a YouTube audience, people that we could have met around the world that could have had sex with us. It could have been that, we flew to France to spend time with his daughter, that we were parents during that time, committed parents, good parents. And then the other time, we got our act together with our education, with our career, and with our polyamorous relationship. Could be that we did that for 4 years, settled down, had a home, and we could have a baby by now. We could have a child by now. We could have a home by now. It could be that Zell's daughter got to meet our child. We could have gotten married. Had a baby after having 4 years of sexual freedom before, settling down and having a child. Because, Zell talked about that with me from the very beginning about the open relationship. It's really, really challenging raising a child, having a baby. It takes everything you got. It's like being in the military. It's just constant. You're taking care of a newborn. It's really hard work, and you can't have a swinging sex life. You can't have polyamorous relationships. You can't be expected to have that sexual freedom for many years. So it could have been, even by 28, we could have a 3-year-old kid by now. Just time passed, and I ruined every single opportunity that I had sexually, and I screwed up so many sexual opportunities for Zell. This was a source of pride and dignity for him. The sexual aspect and the aspect of being a parent. I should have known.